So much of the time when I'm creating, I frequently notice there's like these three ingredients on how to do something, and I forget the vital one. It's because it just slips out because it seems irrelevant. But this was a good insight, and I remembered it today, and it's going to help with what I've been trying to say with three bodies, to awaken Triune consciousness without any philosophy or anything like that. So I was saying in the last video that we get stuck in dualities. We get stuck into thinking in things in terms of, blacks and whites, right? Yes and no. And we get filtered into this kind of computerized way of seeing everything, a dualistic matrix, right? So we end up seeing everything in terms of opposites, in terms of yeses and nos. And this becomes a kind of constant dualistic tension going on. The dead logic of two, I was saying, in the mind. So this actually plays out in our everyday life. So do you want this? Yes. Do you want this? No. Do you want that? No. Do you want this? Yes. Do you want this? Yes. And we're just swapping yes, no's. So we're just seeing everything in terms of do this, don't do this, that's good, that's bad, sort of thing. So the way to awaken this triune consciousness, or this life flow of three, as I was saying before, which we have the sun, and we have the moon, perhaps, and we have the earth, right? And we have these three bodies, which means that anything can happen, anything can flow, and regeneration is possible. Let's reframe any of these yes/no questions and convert them into a triune question. So a dualistic question is a yes/no question, you could say. So you have, I don't know, do you want to go on a walk? So the dualistic question would be walk or no, not walk, right? Right, and that's the dualistic question. When we reframe it into the triune question, we turned this into three choices. So we'll now convert this, we'll mash this back together, and we'll now create a three-part question. And we can say that perhaps as, do you want to go to be in nature? Do you want to do some exercise, some legs? Or do you want to relax indoors? That's a couch. And these are now three aspects of being, and they all exist. This is just a yes or no. What's important here is that we don't just say, I want to be in nature. Because we've now kind of turned this into just the same thing. We're saying yes to nature, no to exercise, and relaxing. When we're phrasing this, this, that, and other, rather than a yes, no, we want to pick the one that we're most drawn to, and then the one that we're least drawn to. So right now, I would say that the aspect of the walk, because this is my life, right? This is my continual regenerating choice. My choice would be, in this, I prefer nature. Nature gravitates to me the most. Relaxing indoors gravitates to me the least. And the having exercise, is somewhere in the middle. So what we do is, when we turn this into a three-part question, is that we want to pick the one that we're most drawn to and pick the one that we're least drawn to. I'll do another one. Cup of tea. Yes to tea or no to not tea. Right? We can already see, rather than doing that, we can then reframe it into a tea, coffee, or water. Notice how all three of these exist, because everything exists, right? Everything is existing. It's not a balance of two things. So if I'm saying yes to tea, no to not tea, I would say actually I'm most drawn to water, I'm least drawn to tea, and coffee would sit somewhere in the middle. Now, once I've answered that, I know that I don't have to then jump up and get some water. It's now obvious to me, but I also know that I don't need to think about it like this anymore. And it immediately shows me I don't need to just jump into a yes, no. I can do anything. I can get some orange juice. I can, breathe. I can have I can go to the sauna. There's so many aspects. And this is because the three, and then interplaying them, for some reason, I'm not quite sure what is actually going on here, but the two creates a tension, and you can at least intuit that, and the three starts a spurring of all directions. So this is a very interesting way to try and reframe things. So we can inject life. 2 is tension, 3 is life.